I don't see how it could affect me.
You are lacking international perspective.
What does international perspective mean?
I hear someone asking about international perspective. It's time for us, knowledge angels, to answer your difficult question.
To take an international perspective on an issue is to have an in-depth understanding of international affairs. Do not see the world from our view or point. Each incident has its own way and reasons. We need to unearth what lies behind.
We can see this is questionnaire conducted in 2004. College graduates will test on their international knowledge. The first chart indicated that over 70% of the participants failed to reach the score of 60. Besides, only 23.84% of the participants scored over 60, and the number of the participants who got full marks was only 3. And also, we conduct a questionnaire survey on whether the students in caution have a knowledge about the China-US trade war.
According to this chart, it is obvious that a high percentage of the students barely know what it is, let alone the reason behind or the impact on us.
What we discover from these two questionnaires is a time span as long as 10 years doesn't seem to change the situation. Young people in Taiwan realize the importance of international perspective, yet they fail to find possible means to equip themselves with it.
So, I'm not the only one that lacks international perspectives.
The question is,
How are we going to cultivate our international perspectives?
As philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer observed, every person takes the limit of their vision for the limits of the world. Therefore, it is important for us to expand our vision toward an international perspective.
Does it mean you need to have strong language skills, more specifically English ability, in order to cultivate international perspectives?
Having basic language skills is more important, but it is, in my opinion, not a must. You don't need to have a good command of English to grasp what happens in the world. Instead, we can make good use of Wikipedia and YouTube to follow current international news.
Novels, pop music, movies, or even TV series are good sources for us to gain international knowledge. In Japan, we have other measures to help cultivate international perspectives. Our parents, in fact, play a pivotal role in children's education. Through the games we play, the books we read, our parents will undoubtedly lead us to know that there are still other countries, other races, and cultures in the world.
Secondly, in Japan, a high percentage of news broadcasts focuses on international news. The news reports give us not only a superficial introduction of the current event, but also the causes and effects in the reports. An abundant knowledge of world history and geography will be revealed, and we thereby gain a deeper understanding of the particular event.
Thirdly, in Japan, there is an international association in almost every administration area. The locals and the foreigners have time to interact, and the association will hold regular activities to promote further understanding. We can, by this opportunity, assist them with their daily needs and thus form a close friendship during their stay in Japan.
So, what can we do to get involved in global issues?
We can participate in international affairs. For example, in Taiwan, we have an international association for volunteers. By playing a role in the global volunteer network, we can strengthen communication with international society and promote greater understanding among all religions, beliefs, and peoples.
From the above mentioned, international perspective has something to do with your English ability, but what really matters is an understanding heart. to put ourselves in others' shoes and respect the differences among of the people.
I can't agree more with you. As an ordinary high school student, I've never kept it in my mind. But now, with the ability to see into the intricacy of an international phenomena, I can thereby develop my own judgment, eliminate misunderstandings, and, if possible, offer my help to those in need.
When we possess the ability to see through the causes and effects, when we incorporate analysis and concern from different parts of the people, then we can become a member of the world. It is our hope to transcend geographical, political boundaries and in the border classes of humanity. As human, we should take responsibility and rights.
From the country to Asia and Asia to the world, we should think the distance and hope we are connected to one another.
Thanks for listening.